Proudly presented by AT Uverse TV.
The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are the West.
The 15-run outburst by your Rangers was nice to see. But these days, the offense doesn't really need to pour it on to win ball games. The pitching staff is hitting its stride. The starters don't allow many runs, and the bullpen preserves their effort. Yu Darvish has certainly hit his stride. In the midst of an August to remember, he looks to close out the series with Seattle in dominating fashion. You and your Rangers face the Mariners next. It is a warm but certainly bearable mid-August afternoon here at Rangers Ballpark. Hazy skies overhead as the Rangers try to turn up the heat and take the final game of this three-game series with the Seattle Mariners. And welcome in, everyone. Glad to have you along on this Sunday afternoon with Tom Grieve. I'm Steve Busby, and should be a dandy here this afternoon. One thing Ranger fans have learned, we all have learned, since Yu Darvish came to the Rangers last year, Tom, when you go to the ballpark and he's pitching, you never know what good might happen.
No, you're right, Buzz, and I think fans have expectations now every time they come to a game and Yu is on the mound. And since he's come off the disabled list, he's 4-1. The only game he's lost was 1-0. His ERA is about 1.30, and his last start in Houston was just another in a long list of gems. He only gave up one run. Carlos Corporon hit a home run late in the ball game. He only walked one. That was a controversial walk, and he struck out 15. So that's about as good as it gets for Yu Darvish. And I know there's going to be about 40,000 fans here looking for the same thing today.
Well, it's always interesting to see what Yu is going to feature. Something different every time out, and usually spectacular is not too far away. So the Rangers look to make it 2 out of 3 over Seattle. It'll be Craig Gentry in center field as the Rangers try to win another series. Lineups in the first pitch coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. And by AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. Now the Rangers taking the field on this warm Sunday afternoon. Before we get things underway, let's welcome in Jim Knox. Jim?
I appreciate it, Buzz. Yu Darvish is pitching so well. You would think as catcher today, A.J. Brzezinski is having the time of his life. Well, I talked to A.J. before the game, and I asked him, what's it like catching for you? Because he's pitching so well right now.
It's fun as a catcher because you know you have a lot of weapons to use. It's not just, hey, I have this one pitch I can throw. He has so many weapons and so many different opportunities that it makes it fun as a catcher to be able to go out and say, hey, let's try this, let's try this. If that doesn't work, okay, we can go to plan C or D. And most guys don't have that luxury. They're, hey, we have A or B, and if those aren't working, it might be a long day. But with you can go to C, D, just keep going. He's just that talented.
There you go, A.J. Brzezinski with the Geico quote of the day. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Yeah, you might be able to go about halfway through the alphabet before you run out of stuff for Yu Darvish out there. Well, the Rangers and Mariners have split the first two games of this series, and here's the lineup this afternoon that will face Yu Darvish. Brad Miller, the shortstop, leads off. Nick Franklin is at second. Batting third, playing third is Kyle Seager. Kendrys Morales is the designated hitter. Justin Smoke plays first and hits fifth. Michael Saunders gets the start in center field. Dustin Ackley moves over to left field. He bats seventh. Endy Chavez is in right field. And batting ninth, the catcher, Humberto Quintero.
Well, look at our progressive scouting report for Yu Darvish. Fine 12-5 record, 2.62 ERA. It's the fourth best in the American League in 23 starts. Had a career-high 15 strikeouts Monday at Houston. He struck out 14 in the game 4 other times. 6 career starts against Seattle. He's 3-3 with a 5 ERA. This year he started twice against them. He's 1-1 and has pitched very well in both games. 3 earned runs in 13 innings. He's also, for whatever it's worth, Buzz, pitched very well in the daytime.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if that means anything or not.
Well, yeah, it does. Some guys can't pitch in the daytime. They just have that mental block to start off with and don't make very good pitches. And apparently, one thing we do know about Darvish, that doesn't seem to bother him. So
the other thing he does, and we both noticed this the last couple of day games he's pitched here, is way before batting practice for a 2:00 game. I guess it was probably around 11:30. He's out in the outfield jogging.
Yeah,
which you don't see pitchers do very often. On the day they pitch, anyway. So maybe that's got something to do with it.
Might have something to do, too, with the immense ability he takes out there with him. And
I think that's probably got the most to do with it.
And the first pitch of the afternoon to Brad Miller is just a bit low for ball one. Miller back over at shortstop this afternoon. He played second base last night. 256 the average. 4 home runs, 22 driven in. You see the last little while for Miller has been very positive. And he takes the pitch low. It is 2 balls and no strikes now. 88 degrees at first pitch here this afternoon. And, well, you talk about the 18th of August, and it's 88 degrees at 2 in the afternoon. You're thinking about 500-600 miles north of here. There's a strike to the outside corner. It makes it 2-1. Darvish at 12-5 mark. 264 earned run average, and he has been every bit as consistent as you can imagine since coming off the disabled list right after the All-Star break. A rip and a miss. And the count moves to 2-2. Darvish, who turned 27 years of age on Friday night, trying to give himself a late birthday present. Got him swinging. Good breaking ball. That's the slider variety of breaking ball, and strikeout number 1. Take a look at the Ranger defense this afternoon behind Yu Darvish. Murphy, Gentry, and Rios left center and right. Moreland at first. Kinsler and Profar up the middle. Adrian Beltre at third. A.J. Brzezinski is catching. And Yu Darvish on the hill here today. Umpiring crew this afternoon, Angel Hernandez calling the balls and strikes. Paul Nart at first. Doug Eddings is the umpire at second, and the crew chief, Dana DeMuth, down at third. So one gone on the strikeout. Nick Franklin steps in.
I think one of the worst things that can happen as a hitter against Darvish is to find yourself with 2 strikes, not having seen anything but a fastball. Because like Miller in that at bat, once you do see it, it's impossible to lay off that pitch with 2 strikes. It looks like a strike and ends up way from a strike.
1-0 pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Franklin, a .239 hitter, 10 home runs, 35 driven in. You see Nick having a little trouble making consistent contact the last while. Takes a strike there to make it 2-1. Darvish made his first major league start against these Seattle Mariners last year, and they kind of roughed him up in this ballpark. And he didn't fare very well against them in most of his starts last year. There's a line drive to left. Coming on is Murphy, still coming, and David makes a nice running catch about knee high.
That ball hung up a little longer than it looked like off the bat. Looked like a slicing base hit to left field. David hadn't played very well, though, not that deep in left field. Got a pretty good jump on it. The ball kind of hung up there. It wasn't really as much of a line drive as it might have looked like right off the bat.
No, 2 away, a strikeout and a line drive to left field, and now Kyle Seager stepping to the plate, and it's becoming a little bit ridiculous what Seager's been able to do against the Rangers, hitting .419 this year, and he's had 62 at bats. He has driven in 21 runs against Ranger pitching in 2013. This is the 16th game that the 2 teams have played, and he takes a strike from Yu Darvish. Seager, as those numbers would tell you, has had good success against Darvish. 6 for 16, which I guess if you have a Rangers uniform on, it's no surprise that Seager's probably going to hit against you pretty well. 0-1 pitch. A ball and a strike. Seager overall, you saw the numbers, .285. Has 2 home runs in this series. Here's the numbers we talked about season long against the Rangers. 1-1 the count as Darvish comes back to the plate. AJ Pierzynski kind of turning around and looking at Angel Hernandez. You have to say, what in the world was that? 2-1. Darvish okays the sign, and the pitch to Seager. Outside, 3 balls and a strike.
Never quite made it back to where he was intending it to get. Just hung up out of the strike zone.
Now the 3-1. Rip and a miss by Seager, and that fills the count. Well, Kyle Seager trying to get aboard to become the first base runner this afternoon. If he does, Kendrys Morales, the DH, would get a shot at Darvish here.
That's probably a good place to keep the ball the way he's swinging the bat right now. Keep it away from him, make it hard for him to pull the ball.
Seager waiting. The payoff pitch is on the way. Popped up. A mile high out near second base. Ian Kinsler waiting for it to come down out of the haze. Puts it away. And that will do it. So Darvish, a 15-pitch first inning. 1, 2, 3, and gone are the Mariners. A half inning in the books. No score. Rangers starting lineup is delivered by DeMontron RB. Craig Gentry gets the leadoff assignment. He's playing center. The DH today, Elvis Andrus, bats second. Then it's Ian Kinsler, followed by the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. A.J. Brzezinski batting fifth and catching. Alex Rios is in right field. Mitch Moreland is at first. Hitting eighth, playing shortstop today, Jurickson Profar. And David Murphy plays left and bats ninth.
I'll check the scouting report for Erasmo Ramirez. He's four. This doesn't really compute. He's 4-0, but his ERA is 7.06. 5 starts, 1 relief appearance, given up 7 home runs in 29 innings. That's why his ERA is so high. He has had almost a strikeout per inning. And the other part of the 4-0 is his team has scored a lot of runs every time he's pitched. He's had a hard time holding the other team, but his team has bailed him out with a lot of runs.
Well, Ramirez, the 23-year-old from Nicaragua. And Gentry lines one to right center field. That is down for a base hit. Andy Chavez over to get it back in quickly. And Craig Gentry continuing his hot hitting. He had a big pinch hit double last night. He has a leadoff single here today. Take a look at the Mariner defense. Ackley moves over from center field to left field. Michael Saunders is in center. And you saw Andy Chavez in right. Smoke at first. Franklin and Miller up the middle. Kyle Seager at third. Humberto Quintero is the catcher. And Erasmo Ramirez on the hill. A 1 on, nobody out. Elvis at the plate now. And Andrews steps in, hitting at .254.
I love the fact that Wash gave Gentry the start today. Give Martine a rest. And kind of reward Craig for that big hit he got last night. A double that drove in 2 runs. Played well last night. Got rewarded with a start today.
Ron Washington very in tune with the emotion that goes along with the game.
Players appreciate that too.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. Gentry a pretty good lead at first. Of course, great speed.
I think one of the things that helps Wash in that regard is he was a player and knows the feelings.
The second for 1. The return to first in the dirt, but dug out by Smoke. And it goes down as a 5-4-3 double play off the bat of Elvis Andrus. Well, that is the 98th double play the Rangers have grounded into this year. And there are 2 gone now with the bases empty for Ian Kinsler.
Well, you couldn't have asked for an easier ball to turn a double play with. A big hop, you're going toward the base you're trying to throw it to. The only thing that made it difficult was how quickly Craig got to second base. And he made the throw for Nick Franklin very difficult. Kind of bailed out by Justin Smoke with a nice pick at first base. Watch Craig coming in hard. He has to back up, can't get anything on his throw. Nice pick by Justin at first base, though.
Next pitch, Ian Kinsler is outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Ian a couple of hits last night, so .268 the average now. Ramirez back to him. And hits the outside corner with a fastball. Ian 313 on this homestand. 5 for 16. Rangers have really picked things up in this streak that has seen them win 15 out of 18. They have hit over .280 in these 18 ball games. Adrian Beltre waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-2, the count to Kinsler. Got him swinging. A good off-speed pitch. Erasmo Ramirez gets the strikeout. Rangers are gone in the first, no runs a hit. And the double play took care of Craig Gentry. On to the second, no score.
Baseball, looking for another Ranger win this afternoon at Community Quarter today. You know, just $100 you can donate to the Just Keep Living program, and that can help buy exercise equipment like exercise bands and jump ropes to help keep kids healthy. To find out more and to donate, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundations. You ready, guys? Huh? Yeah. Good crowd today, Buzz.
Kendrys Morales thrilling that crowd by skying out to the left field line to David Murphy. So one pitch and one away here in this Seattle second inning.
Yep, good start to the second inning. Get a tough hitter on one pitch.
Well, Morales, who really hasn't enjoyed his time against Yu Darvish, continues that streak, and he is retired. Now Justin Smoke will come to the plate. Smoke, one of the hottest Mariner hitters going. He has done quite a bit of work with his batting average the last month and a half or so. Since July 1st, Smoke has hit .312. That's a pretty long streak to have those kinds of numbers and try to ignore him. He has 8 home runs. And he takes the first pitch a bit low. It is 1-0. Smoke just 2 out of 13, though, against Yu Darvish. Even a shorter sample, the last 16 games, he's hit almost .340. There's a strike from Darvish. It is 1-1. Smoke this year, again, hitting well against Ranger pitching. He has in his career, he's a .310 lifetime hitter against Ranger pitching, and hitting over .300 this year also. Chopper off the plate. Ian Kinsler waits for it to come down. A crazy bounce, but he stayed with it nicely.
That had some spin on it. Almost bounced right by Ian.
Well, that thing, that come off the front of home plate? Is that why it?
I'm not sure if it might have hit the dirt, but the way the ball hit the bat and then the dirt created a lot of spin. And it was kind of unpredictable, I guess, exactly what was going to happen to it right now when it bounced, and bounced right straight to the right almost. But Ian was anticipating something.
Yeah.
And luckily it wasn't hit very hard.
Well, the way he stayed back, it looked like he figured that it was going to do something crazy when it hit the dirt.
Yeah.
No 2 gone. And the first pitch to Michael Saunders is outside. The fastball missed. Saunders, 224, 10 home runs, 38 driven in. He is only 1 for 10 against Darvish in his career. He's going to be 2 for 11 as that line drive settles in front of Alex Rios. So a pitch in the middle of the plate. Saunders didn't miss it. And that is the first hit of the afternoon against Yu Darvish. 2-out single here in the second gets Saunders aboard, and it brings up Dustin Ackley.
Boy, that is the center square right there. Most of them are somewhere near it. That was right in the middle of the center square, which doesn't guarantee you anything, but makes it a little bit easier. Saunders only hitting .224. He's had over 300 at bats. But he's not a .224 batter when the ball's in that location.
And Dustin Ackley wailing away at that first pitch and fouls it back. Ackley on a pretty good streak, too. He's been swinging the bat at a .318 clip since the All-Star break. Had a couple of hits last night. Certainly doesn't look like the guy at the plate that we saw earlier in the season was hitting about a .160 average. He has turned things around, and Mariners showing faith in him by letting him play in the outfield. They sent him to AAA after a horrendous start, and said, well, you know, we're probably going to need a center fielder after Franklin Gutierrez went down, and gave Ackley the opportunity. He started swinging the bat better at AAA and brought him back up. And let him play center field, and today left field. This is his second start in left. All the other starts that he's had have been in center. And there you get an idea of how he has turned things around in this second half of the season. 1-1 the count. And that's hit well, but it's out of play down the left side. And Darvish with the advantage now and a ball and 2 strikes. Ackley, as we were talking about last night, along with Kyle Seager, formed the foundation of those good North Carolina teams back in the mid and late 2000s. Went to the College World Series a couple of times. Now applying his trade along with his college teammate Kyle Seager at the major league level. 1-2 with Saunders at first base. Saunders pretty good speed. Darvish will check him. Got him swinging. 97 and elevated. Wow. Ackley couldn't catch up with it. That is strikeout number 2 for Darvish. No runs, a hit, 1 left after 1.5. No score on Fox Sports Southwest. Question of the day. We'd like to find out for you, which will Yu Darvish accomplish first? Break the Rangers season single game strikeout record of 16, or throw a no-hitter. Well, the no-hitter's taken care of today, but go on ahead and pop on Twitter and give us your thoughts. If you think it's the strikeouts, it's hashtag FS 17 strikeouts, and the other would be hashtag FS no-hitter. I'll let you know later on in the ball game the majority of you felt which way. Here's Adrian Beltre, who now, as you can see, third in the American League with a .326 average. A rip and a miss is Erasmo Ramirez. Pitches down and in to Beltre. How about the month of August? Second highest average in the American League and 13 runs driven in for Beltre. 0-2 pitch. Line drive, but right at the shortstop, Miller. Well, Adrian didn't get the best wood on it, but hit it reasonably well. Lines out. One gone for AJ Przinsky. In this month of August, by the way, the Rangers with the best record in the American League at 12-3. They've already won more games as of the 18th of the month. They won all last month in July. They won 11 games last month. Now they're at 12-3 and putting things together.
If the Rangers can win this ball game, they will go 20 games over 500. Been a nice comeback from the slump they went in when they got down to maybe only, I don't know what it was, 8 games over 500.
I believe it was 8, yeah.
So that's been a nice run for the team.
Belated appeal down to Dana DeMuth, who said no, he didn't go around. 1-1 to Przinsky. AJ hitting .278. A baker's dozen worth of home runs and 48 driven in last 7 ball games. AJ has turned it up a bit. Smoke near the bag, gloves it, and steps on first. That's out number 2. And Alex Rios now will come up. So after giving up a leadoff single in the first to Craig Gentry, Ramirez has retired the last 4 that he has faced. One of them being a double play. And Alex Rios comes to the plate hitting at .279. 12 home runs, 57 driven in. Those are his overall numbers. In Ranger uniform, it's up over 300. 310 to be exact as of this at bat. And the first pitch is a knee-high strike. It's 0-1. Rios has hit safely in 6 of the 7 games that he's played in a Ranger uniform this year. Out of play. Boy, Ramirez getting ahead. Hitter after hitter. It's 0-2 to Alex Rios. Ramirez to the wind. And up the middle, off the glove of Ramirez. He recovers and underhands to first. That was a bullet off the bat of Rios. And Ramirez, fortunately for him, knocked it down. Rangers gone in order. We have finished 2 in Arlington. Rangers nothing, Mariners nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Chance to take outfielder David Murphy to school. Log on to Metro PCS, takeaplayer.com for your chance to win. It's Metro PCS Wireless for all. Scoreless ball game. Darvish to the hill, and he will face the number 8 hitter, Endy Chavez, to start things off. Mariners with 1 hit, and Chavez takes a breaking ball that's high and outside for ball 1. Endy hitting a .270 for the year. 0 for 6 in his career against Yu Darvish. Chavez signed after he was released in spring training by Kansas City, and Seattle brought him over. Tough hop off the glove of Moreland. He recovers, throws, and gets him.
How'd they get him?
What a play by both Moreland and Darvish. Darvish for not giving up on the ball, and Moreland for making a great recovery and off-balance throw.
Well, I just assumed that Chavez was going to get on. Chavez must not be running quite as well as he was when he was with the Rangers, because once this got by Mitch, I did not expect to see them make the play. But you're right, Buzz. They stuck with it and just missed. Chavez just made the play at first base.
Well, and there's a good example, Tom. I know you and I have talked about it. What a pitcher has to do when he gets to the bag and the ball's not there yet. He becomes a first baseman.
Yeah.
And Darvish did that perfectly.
He did.
Set himself up and stretched out for it. Now Quintero, the catcher, and he takes outside for ball 1. Quintero, who started here on Friday night, gave way to Henry Blanco in last night's game. So Quintero at .250. Couple of home runs, 4 driven in. And Darvish drops the breaking ball in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Quintero, one of the 2 veteran catchers signed by the Mariners this season. There's another breaking ball, and had Quintero going to the left, the ball was going to the right.
His heart was in it, but his rear end wasn't.
Yeah. Now time called as Darvish set a little before Quintero was ready to go.
Whoops.
Oh boy.
Been there before. And not from the pitcher's point of view either.
Another breaking ball. This one chopped foul down the third baseline. We'll come back and try it again. Nice crowd on hand here this afternoon. And again, the temperature's in the upper 80s. So not 90. And boy, and for the middle of August, it's hard to believe that this weather is like it. But it's fantastic. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Little number slowly hit. Tough play for Beltre. He's going to let it roll. And Quintero's going to have an infield single. Now, the only person on the diamond that had a chance would have been Yu Darvish, and he didn't even make a break toward the line. He stayed right there. So Quintero aboard with a 1-out single. Time for a Mazda game break. Here's Rick Renner. Rick? All right, Rick. Mariners back to the top of the order now. 1 on, 1 out. Brad Miller, and he hits one in the same spot. This time Darvish has it. A good hard throw, and Moreland up the ladder to make the grab. Well, again, a nice play with Darvish and Moreland teaming up.
Yeah, for a big guy, Darvish moves around pretty well on the mound. Stays with it. Looked like it might sail right over his head, but Mitch was just tall enough to catch it and keep his foot on the bag.
So 2 outs with Quintero now in scoring position. And the hitter will be Nick Franklin. Franklin hit a soft line drive to left field his first time up. The switch hitter up there from the left side. Quintero at the bottom of your screen getting his lead from second base. And the backdoor hook is in for strike 1. Franklin, as you see, 10 home runs and 35 driven in. Franklin, one of the guys, one of the younger players on this team that has never faced Yu Darvish prior to today. He and Brad Miller, his cornerstone mate, or keystone mate, I should say, up the middle. Neither had faced Yu Darvish prior to this afternoon. A ball and a strike, the count. Darvish to the plate. 1-2. Yu Darvish on this warm afternoon here in Arlington. Warm enough to keep you loose and not hot enough to sap you of energy. Now Pierzynski going to go out and talk to Yu Darvish about what they want to do for the 1-2 pitch to Nick Franklin. And it could be also with Humberto Quintero out at second base that a catcher out there might be cheating a little bit, trying to relay the signs to the hitter. If he has figured out what sequence of signs the Rangers are using. So just make sure you don't give anything away. Now the 1-2 got him swinging. Pitch down and in, and that's what they decided to come up with, and it worked pretty well. Third strikeout of the afternoon, and the Mariners get a hit, but stranded runner. 2.5 in the books, no score, Rangers and Mariners. brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. And by Jack in the Box. Go big with Jack's really big chicken combos. A scoreless ball game. The Mariners with 2 hits and the Rangers with just 1. And it'll be the bottom third of the order to face Erasmo Ramirez. Mitch Moreland starts things off. And the first pitch is a tailing fastball that's just off the outer edge for ball 1. Moreland at 246, 17 home runs, 47 RBI. Next pitch, Ramirez, a pretty good off-speed delivery, and he had Mitch out in front.
Nice changeup. 20 pitches for Ramirez, 15 of them strikes.
1-1 offering. Off the end of the bat, slowly rolled out to second. Franklin on to first, and there's one away. Well, folks, MLB.TV is celebrating 11 years. Join millions of fans and subscribe today. You can watch every out-of-market game live online on your favorite mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. That's MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere. Here's Jurickson Profar, and he takes the first pitch a little bit low for ball 1. Profar a couple of hits last night. Jurickson drove in 2 big runs in that ball game. He had started the previous 2 games at designated hitter. Today getting the start at shortstop. The pitch flared out of play to the left. It is 1-1.
Buzz, got to make a quick announcement about our birthday wishes.
Okay.
It's been very popular. Unfortunately, we've had so many recently, as many as 15 or 20, that we're going to have to make a little bit of a change in the qualifications to announce birthdays. It's starting to get to the point where it's taken up a little bit too much of the game time. Prior to right now, it was if you were 80 years or older. Now it's going to have to be 90. So we apologize to everybody that's in the 80 to 90 range, but we're going to try to keep doing it, but we're going to make it only for people over 90 years old. Sorry for that. In the meantime, I'll try to get the ones we've got today. Inez Benda from Kipman, Texas is 91. Roy Steep from Fort Worth is 81. Bill Watts from Mount Pleasant is 80. Edgar Payne from Sulphur Spring, 82. Elena Garcia is 94. Tom Moody from Greenville is 94. And Jerry and Sally Price from Granbury celebrating their 57th wedding anniversaries. We'll try to keep the wedding anniversaries at 50 and the birthdays now at 90. And if it continues to be too many, then we might have to cut back. That is my announcement for today.
All right. Right at the bag, the ball goes into foul territory after it hits the bag. So
it must have hit the side of the bag.
And Smoke playing it very gingerly, able to stay with it. Profar is retired for out number 2.
Yeah, that's one where you might get lucky and it hits the bag and rolls into the coach's box and you get a base hit. Boy, it hit right off the edge, too. Wonder what would have happened if that hit like maybe a half an inch to the left and caromed either straight back or straight to the right. He might have gotten a base hit on it.
Just stopped right there. 2 outs, and David Murphy trying to get aboard to extend this 3rd inning for the Rangers.
If he hit that ball in the 8th inning of last night's game, that would have been a base hit.
Yeah, it would have been.
Everything the Rangers put in play turned out to be a base hit.
Yeah. Murphy takes the changeup that floats over the outside corner. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Last night it would have hit the bag and carried him out to shortstop. Everything else went to shortstop.
Picked up speed.
Yeah. Another changeup. It is 2-1. Ramirez to the wind. And the pitch to Murphy, chopped up the middle. Franklin, off balance throw, and he got him. Nice play by Nick Franklin, the second baseman. Well, the Rangers out in order once again. We have finished 3. Rangers nothing, Mariners nothing on Fox Sports Southwest.
Megan Harrison, wife of Ranger pitcher Matt Harrison, and big happenings on Tuesday because it's the annual wife gift basket donations. That is auction donations. That what happens is on Tuesday the wives are auctioning off these gift baskets from a lot of the Rangers players, and the proceeds go to a great cause. That's the Oklahoma and North Texas tornado victims. Megan, this is Matt Harrison's basket, of course, but give us, Ranger fans, what they can expect to see in these baskets.
Well, almost every player on the Ranger staff has a basket, and we also have a Nolan Ryan basket and a Pudge Rodriguez basket. There's autographs, gloves, cleats, different balls, different stuff like that in the baskets, and also some of their favorite movies, DVDs. If they like golf, there's some golf balls in there, that sort of stuff.
We get a fly ball right there, out number one. So also talk to us about, like, for other players, like you'll see gloves and a lot of interesting things on there. What do people need to do? When is this auction taking place?
This auction is taking place this Tuesday. It'll be from 4:30 to 7:30, and it's a silent auction, so you just come by the table and write your bid down.
4:30 to 7:30 at what gate?
The home plate entrance.
Home plate entrance right here. A lot of great stuff. I'm looking at Matt Harris's glove, Buzz, thinking about stealing from my little guy here. Mizuno, that's perfect. It's got Matt Harrison's autograph. A lot of great stuff in all these baskets. Megan, keep up the great work. Good seeing you. Buzz?
All right, Knoxy, thank you. Good cause, and a lot of folks getting involved in that. That's great to see. Well, one out on the Seager fly out to center field, and Kendrys Morales at the plate. 0-1 the count. Now 1-1 as Darvish misses low and away. Morales a fly ball to left. His first time to the plate. Rangers have dealt with Morales pretty effectively this year. Morales hitting just .228 against Ranger pitching. And ball two, and that wasn't much off the outside corner, but enough. And it's 2-1. Darvish, a long look in. The right-hander set to work. Big breaking ball. That evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You could tell by his stride that he was geared up to hit a fastball right there. He was fooled by the breaking ball. All he could do was put his foot down and watch it.
Darvish next pitch. Breaking ball got him swinging. That is the 9th time in 19 at-bats now that Darvish has struck out Kendrys Morales.
Yeah, he just can't lay off the breaking ball down and out of the strike zone, whether it's the hard slider or more of a curveball. That looked like more of a curveball right there. And that just makes it so hard for the hitter, Buzz. That curveball is a little slower and goes straight down. The slider is a little harder and goes more down and to the left. And just the variety of those two pitches makes it so difficult. Most pitchers can do that with one pitch, but not the different break and the different speed on 2 different pitches like that.
First pitch to Justin Smoak is low and inside. Yeah, very rare to see a pitcher, any pitcher, with 2 breaking balls that he has equally good command of, able to throw them at virtually any time.
Yeah.
And they're such different curveballs.
Yeah.
There's a different breaking ball, I should say. There's a slow breaking ball that comes in. You know, most strikeouts in their first 2 major league seasons. Yu Darvish, of course, about 2/3 of the way through his second season. Dwight Gooden, the most strikeouts. He's about 112 ahead of Darvish. Slow tapper by the mound. Charging is Kinsler. And with Smoak running, Ian has a little time to work with. On to first, that will do it. So 5 straight now sent down by Yu Darvish and company. We finished 3.5. Rangers nothing, Mariners nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Southwest for Chevy hometown kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. A great experience out here at the ballpark. A very nice Sunday afternoon. A scoreless ball game as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Rangers will come to bat against Erasmo Ramirez, who has faced the minimum today through the first three innings. Craig Gentry to lead things off. Gentry had a base hit to start the Ranger first and was erased on a double play. That has been the only base runner against Ramirez through the first three innings. But Gentry steps in, hitting at .253, and takes a slider to the outside corner. Gentry now 3 out of 6 on this homestand, and since coming back from the disabled list and that broken bone in his left hand, he's been a .350 hitter. 1-1. .23-year-old right-hander Erasmo Ramirez into the line. 1-1 pitch, fisted him. Ramirez makes a nice play. He's going to have to hurry. And a quick throw against Gentry by a step and a half. That is out number one.
Yeah, well, since the line drive that Craig hit to lead off the game, it really hasn't been a hard hit ball. Ramirez has done a great job. This is a guy that given up 3, 4, 5 runs every time he's pitched this year, and it has an ERA of 7, but he's not pitching like that right now.
Nope.
He sure isn't. He's making some good pitches.
Quintero, the catcher, out to talk to Ramirez, give him a chance to catch his breath. 1 out. Elvis Andrus will be at the plate when we resume action here. Andrus grounded into that 5-4-3 double play. There's the breakdown of groundouts and strikeouts and fly balls. 8 outs recorded on the ground. And the pitch on the outside corner to Elvis. Andrus just 3 out of 14 on this homestand. 0-2. Rangers have split the first 4 games. Split the 2 games with Milwaukee, and now they've split the first 2 games with the Mariners. Trying to get another season or another series victory with a win here today. They'll make it 2 out of 3. A ball and 2 strikes. And the next pitch. Outside, 2-2. Typically the Rangers, even though they have not seen a lot of Ramirez, the guys they have not seen a lot before, second and third time around the order, have started to catch on and do a little damage. We'll see if that holds true today. Soft fly ball to center, and Saunders camps under it. Elvis retired, 2 gone for Ian Kinsler. So Elvis back to the dugout, 0-2 now. And Ian struck out to end the Ranger first. Kinsler yesterday a 2-for-5 effort. And a double. He drove in a run. This is 19th straight start in the number 3 slot. Rangers in the first 18, 15-3. Combination of Kinsler batting third, and Leonis Martin had been in the leadoff spot until today for all those games. Next pitch is a strike. It's 1-1. Ramirez to the line. And a little bit of a slider off the outside corner. 2-1 to Ian. Leonis Martin getting at least the first portion of this ball game off. Check swing, and that pitch is low. It's 3-1. Well, Ramirez has not walked a man today. He has fallen behind 3 balls and a strike to Kinsler. If Ian continues the inning, Adrian Beltre would get a shot here in the 4th inning. And ball 4. Kinsler draws the 2-out walk. And that breaks a streak of 10 straight sent down by Ramirez. A 1-on, 2-out. Beltre, a soft line drive to short. His first time up there. Beltre 1 out of 2 coming into play here today against Erasmo Ramirez. And he takes the first pitch off the plate for ball 1. At the start of action today, Miguel Cabrera had a 1-hit lead over Adrian Beltre for the top spot in the American League. Manny Machado one behind Beltre. Off the end of the bat out to second where Franklin has it. And that will do it for the Rangers. The Walker left stranded. Ian Kinsler had a 2-out pass. We're going to the 5th inning. Still scoreless between the Rangers and the Mariners on Fox Sports Southwest. We hit to the top of the 5th inning, scoreless game, and joining us as always on our Fox Sports Southwest afternoon games and evening games, Mark McLemore, co-host of Rangers Live. And Mac, you could have seen half this coming, a good pitcher's duel today. What about the other half?
Did not see the other half coming. You know, hadn't seen him pitch before,
Yeah.
but he actually looks a lot like Darvish.
Mm-hmm.
Nice mid-90s fastball and slower than normal off-speed pitches.
And a bunt attempt by Michael Saunders, and that fouled back off the gear of A.J. Przinsky. Now, just 3 hits in the game. The Mariners have 2, and Rangers have 1. Rangers' only hit was a leadoff single in the first inning by Craig Gentry. One of the Mariners hit the little tapper down the third baseline by Quintero that went for an infield single. Well, neither pitcher has been exactly damaged much here today. Kinsler can't get it. It's by him to his left and out into right field, a base hit. Well, Ian trying to grab that ball as it went by him, but it snuck under his glove. Just didn't come up for him.
Yeah, a hard hit ball, not an easy chance. One of those plays that Ian has the ability to make. Just kind of took a hop and skipped right by him. And bounced right over his glove.
Yeah. So a leadoff base hit, first time the Mariners have had their leadoff man aboard. Here's Dustin Ackley, who struck out his first time. And he takes a strike from Yu Darvish. Ackley at .234 with the average. Darvish, a long look over at Saunders before he comes set. And he will go that way with a throw. It's in the dirt. It gets away just briefly from Mitch Moreland, but no further than the coach's box. And they're going to take that ball out of play. And Rangers were lucky there. That ball got enough of Mitch's glove and maybe his wrist to keep it near the first base. Oh, 0-1 the count to Ackley. Slowly hit to first. That's going to eliminate the chance for a double play, and now it eliminates the chance for getting Ackley. Mitch Moreland thought about second, bluffed a throw down there, or thought about a throw down there. By the time he reacted, Ackley had gone by him.
Yeah, that's one where you have to know the speed of the runner. On a slowly hit ball like that, you're probably not going to have a chance at second base. You got to make sure you can get one out. Right here, just go get the one out while you can. Saunders is a good runner.
So that goes down as an infield single. Back-to-back hits. Now runners at first and second with nobody out. And Endy Chavez at the plate. We'll see what the Mariner thinking is with Chavez. Probably a bunt situation, although with the number 9 hitter next, it might make the decision a little more difficult. Chavez out on a nice play by Moreland his first time. Rangers looking for bunt. He's around and takes high. The throw to second. Now the throw to third will not be made as Saunders took off when Przinsky threw the ball behind him. And with Beltre coming in for the bunt, there was nobody at third.
That's just a case of he had him trapped so far off second base. He had no chance to get back, so he did the next best thing. Let's try to get to the next base, and he was successful. It's not going the way you want it to go.
A couple of defensive lapses here have created problems. You have to make that throw to third, Matt?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he still had a shot at him.
I mean, you've got the best third baseman in the game. He still might have been on the move a step or two, but I've got to make that throw to third base.
Yeah, got to give it a shot. He's going toward third. If you hit him on the way, he's got a pretty good chance to make the tag.
So first and third, nobody out. A ball and a strike. The count to Chavez. And the pitch is low. It's 2-1. The Rangers playing at double play depth up the middle. Profar and Kinsler. Corners of Beltre and Moreland. In at the cut of the grass, Moreland obviously holding the bag against Dustin Ackley. Darvish sets, and the 2-1. Line drive, foul, and just foul. Chavez enough out in front of that pitch just to miss the chalk. Going down the right field line. Maybe a foot foul, if that. But it evens the count now at 2-2. Crowd starting to get the U going. Chopper to Moreland, steps on first, goes to second for the tag, not in time. In to score is Saunders. The Mariners take a 1-0 lead. As Mitch Moreland tried to get the non-force double play.
We got the same shot at getting him at home.
Couple of questionable decisions in this inning.
I got to think there's a little bit of a question that you're going to be able to make the double play. In which case, get the lead runner at home. I don't know. How'd you see it, Mac?
That's how I see it. You got, like you said earlier, you got to know the speed of the runner. So getting the ball, going to first base, and then trying to throw to second, you're probably not going to get Ackley, who's got some pretty good wheels. But you've got Saunders right in front of you, and you've got a nice, clean, open throw right to home plate to nail him and cut off that run at the plate.
And especially in a 0-0 game, middle of the game.
I think he had a pretty good shot to touch the bag and throw home. It's the same shot I had at getting him at home as he did at second. If not, just throw it home and get one out for sure.
Quintero takes a breaking ball for strike one. Well, the Mariners get a run in a partial gift, we'll call it.
Boy, Saunders was sneaking around the bases without getting caught. Got a couple of shots at him. Tough run to give up right there.
Yeah, sure is. 0-2 the count to Quintero. Got him swinging. High fastball. That is strikeout number 5 for Darvish, the second out of the inning, and we'll bring up Brad Miller. The 2 outs, Ackley still in scoring position at second. Brad Miller 0 for 2 today. He is struck out and tapped out back to the mound. Out of play to the left. Well, Brad Miller has shown in this series he's a pretty aggressive hitter. He doesn't go up there taking a lot of pitches. Runners in scoring position. He's been pretty effective this year, hitting a little bit better than his overall season average, which currently is .253. Bluffing a bunt, and then Brzezinski bluffing a throw to second. A ball and a strike. Brzezinski flashing out the series of signs. Darvish with the one he wants comes set. The center field staying up nicely for Craig Gentry. There to make the catch. That'll do it. Well, the Mariners come up with the first run of the game on a couple of hits. They lead 1. Halfway through the game, Mariners 1, Rangers nothing. In Moore, Oklahoma, some of the devastation up there, folks at Plaza Elementary School, and what was happening after the terrible tragedy up there and what has gone on since. And it's obvious that folks up there really need our help to recover from Mother Nature's wrath. I'd like to ask you to please help support the victims of this recent devastating storms that hit both Oklahoma and North Texas. Visit FoxSportsSouthwest.com now, and you can purchase a limited edition We Are One t-shirt. And while you're there, be sure to check out some of the unique sports and entertainment packages that'll be auctioned off during Tuesday's Ranger telecast. We'll have that on Tuesday the 20th. The Houston Astros in town, and Fox Sports, along with Texas Ranger Baseball Foundation, holding that auction and hope to get participation from everybody. So make your plans now to be with us the entire night of Tuesday the 20th of August. Well, the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Erasmo Ramirez back to the mound. He's allowed only one hit. Only 2 base runners for the Rangers. Here's A.J. Przinsky to start it off. And the first pitch is rifled down the left field line, well back and out of play. Przinsky had a little topper down to first base. We've seen that a lot against Ramirez here today. And Przinsky gets jammed. He hits a pop-up into foul territory, but that'll be back about 5 rows out of the reach of Justin Smoke.
Yes, that he must have some pretty good wood if that didn't break the bat.
That's hurting my hands right there.
Yeah, spot on the handle right there. I think it's where the ball hit. See if we can get you see that white spot?
Yeah. That would have broken right up. Broke his fingers right there.
There's another one in the same spot. This is going the other way. And that's out of reach of Kyle Seager this time. Erasmo Ramirez just setting up camp in Przinsky's kitchen.
He's throwing the ball well. His fastball reaching the mid-90s. Good changeup. Breaking ball. Came into the game 7 home runs allowed in 29 innings.
Line drive. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Headed toward the corner. Przinsky going for 2. Here's the throw by Chavez. It is not in time. Wow. AJ rigging that out. A leadoff double for Przinsky.
Well, that time he stayed on the base. The other night he went for a double and just slid slightly past the base and was tagged out. That's forcing the issue right there, Mac.
It really is. And, he got this double right from the get-go. As soon as he hit the ball, second base was on his mind, and he got in there, barely made it. And Chavez has a pretty good arm out there in right field, and he's accurate as well. But A.J. was able to get in there under the tag and stay on the base.
A.J. finally getting one down toward the barrel of the bat that time. Moving around like a young kid out there. Now Alex Rios takes it inside for ball 1. So Rios up there with nobody out. Przinsky at second base. And Alex trying to at least get A.J. over to third. A good tight shot of that tag at second base. Przinsky in there handling. Breaking ball, that's inside. It's 2-0. Rios hit a screamer back at the mound that was knocked down by Erasmo Ramirez his first time up. That was back in the second inning. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Rios against the young right-hander Erasmo Ramirez. Ramirez 23 years of age. He's got Przinsky at second after the leadoff double. The 3-0 pitch. Fires a strike to make it 3-1. Rios with a 278 average. Still up over 300 as a Ranger. This is 8th ball game. Gets the job done. Thought about going to third base, but Franklin thought better of it after he saw that Przinsky had a pretty good break. And Rios does the job. Moves Przinsky over to third with 1 out for Mitch Moreland. Well, very quickly, let's take a Mazda game break. Here's Rick Renner. All right, here it's a 1-0 Mariner lead. Rangers trying to at least tie it. Yeah, Przinsky at third. The first pitch to Moreland is off speed and high for ball 1. Mitch grounded out to second base, his first time up, and the Mariners playing the infield in about halfway. That might as well be all the way in as far as what they're going to try to do with the ground ball at somebody if Brzezinski tries to score. AJ, not a burner anymore. Probably never was, I shouldn't say anymore. But they feel like they can get Brzezinski at the plate if there's a ground ball hit at someone, even though they're halfway instead of all the way in. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Moreland. Rip and a miss on the changeup. It's 1-1. Pitch, 47 runs driven in. Trying to increase that by at least 1. Trying to get the Rangers at least even in this game. Moreland, a 300 hitter in his last 17 games. High and away. 2 balls and a strike. Mitch digging back in the box. Brzezinski, a modest lead at third. He is held fairly close by Kyle Seegers. You can see both of them about 8 or 9 feet off the bag. Tapper foul, and the count evens to Moreland at 2-2. Ramirez doing a pretty good job of pitching Moreland backwards in this at bat in particular. Getting off-speed pitches in fastball counts or traditional fastball counts. And the fastballs when you would expect a breaking ball. Right-handers ready, and now time called. Quintero with the signs, and Ramirez is okay. High and tight with the fastball, and it's 3-2.
He's had a good look at everything. Off-speed pitches, his fastball. He's got to try to use the middle of the field, get the ball up in the air.
Jurickson Profar, the on-deck hitter that you got a glimpse of. Hoping to hit with a couple of men on, or maybe a man in and a man on. 1 out, full count. Moreland waiting. The payoff pitch. Fisted him with that fastball, and Mitch quick enough to foul it back. Still 3-2. Rangers making Ramirez work a little bit more in this inning. See the chart of this at bat against Moreland, keeping that ball up for the most part. Ramirez ready again. Another 3-2. In the air to left field. That should be deep enough to score Brzezinski. Ackley makes the catch. Brzezinski tags, and he will score as the throw is cut off. And Moreland gets the job done. A sac fly, and we are back even. It is 1-1. So the Rangers executing the fundamentals after the leadoff double. Get him on, get him over, and get him in. They have tied the game.
Good baseball all the way around. AJ hustling, stretched a single into a double. Alex Rios hit a bullet to second base to move him over, and then Mitch battled in that at bat. Off-speed pitches, fastballs, saw a little bit of everything, and he finally got one up in the air deep enough to get that run in. So that was a good fundamental job of scoring a run.
And the first pitch to Jurickson Profar is off the outer edge. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Profar, a ground ball to first in the third inning. He is 0 for 1. The batting average now at an even 240. Inside. 2-0. Profar, the switch hitter, hitting from the better side, at least statistically for him. Left side of the plate. And he takes ball 3 down and in. Mac Tom and I have remarked about Profar's ability to know the strike zone and not swing, not get overly aggressive outside the strike zone.
Yeah, he's able to keep his head, especially with close pitches, and not worry that he's ahead. He'll take a pitch when he needs to, but still remaining aggressive. So it's surprising to see a kid, this age be able to do that, especially his first time up in the big leagues.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about, the age thing too.
Yeah, that's that. You don't normally see that. We saw that out of Elvis, you know, a couple years ago when he was still, you know, or when he was that age or around that age, being able to be comfortable in any count and not let anything, you know, make him over anxious.
Now, there certainly is a lot to be said for being okay hitting with 2 strikes or feeling okay about it. Not that you want to hit that way all the time, but that it doesn't bother you if you have to go to 2 strikes. Here's a base hit by Profar. Right back up the middle, and Jurickson aboard with a 2-out single.
Beautiful at bat by Profar. Didn't give in, waited for his pitch, fought off a tough one, then got one out over the plate, took it right back up the middle.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach, is going to head to the mound and have a little talk with his battery with David Murphy coming up. Profar able to get on top of that high fastball pretty effectively. But Willis, who had to do a little consoling last night in that 8th inning to his pitchers. I don't know what in the world he would have told Charlie Furbus when he went out there. Like, hang with him, there's nothing I can do.
I think all he told him was, I've got no one else to bring in. I'm just going to give you a little rest. Hang in there. Because he really was throwing the ball okay. Just everything that happened didn't go his way. Double plays weren't turned. Ground balls turned into base hits. Just a tough inning.
When you're the pitcher, you tell the pitcher coach, if you're not coming out here to take me out, get out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to talk to you. Here's Murph. And the first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. David, a ground ball to second his first time up. Rangers have put together some things here to tie the ball game in the 5th inning. It's a 1-1 game. Ramirez sets. Check a Profar. He fires a strike. Murphy taking that all the way, and it's 1-1. David, a big 2-run double in that 2nd inning last night. The Rangers got to Felix Hernandez. And Murph continued his blistering of Hernandez over the years. 2 more RBIs. Got 18 RBI against Hernandez, and that's 6 more than any other single hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Changeup. And got away from him. It is 2-1. We're seeing Erasmo Ramirez maybe lose a little bit of command here. He's got over 70 pitches now.
Buzz, you think him going to the stretch all of a sudden has anything to do with that? I mean, you know, the first 5 innings, you know, he's primarily, you know, in the windup.
Yeah, it can, Mac. It can be a very much a problem. Murphy takes the changeup that's outside, 3-1. A lot of pitchers, you see, the first time in a ball game they have to throw from the stretch, they lose it for a couple of innings until they get that back. But if you get a guy that hasn't started that many times, like in Ramirez's case, you may not have a chance to get that back. You may not be able to get it under control after 2 or 3 hitters. But yeah, that does happen. Murphy a rip and a miss, the changeup. And Profar back on the snap throw by Quintero. Well, the count is full, and with 2 outs now, Profar will be off and moving with the next pitch. Then you saw that little snap throw by Humberto Quintero. Justin Smoke playing behind Profar to cut down that hole a little bit. Payoff pitch, foul back. And Profar will have to make a U-turn, and we'll try it again. Murph had a pretty good pitch to work with there. I think he liked a mulligan on that one. David, a 2-hit game last night. It had been a while for him. Again, the 3-2 pitch coming. Hit well to left field. Going back is Ackley. He's at the track, and he makes the catch. David drove it about 370 feet to straightaway left. Rangers are gone in the 5th with a score run on 2 hits. We have a tie ball game at 1, and Mac, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you after the ball game. All right. you by the all-new Mazda 6. When you change everything, you change everything. We are going to the 6th inning. Rangers and Mariners tied at 1. The Mariners have out hit the Rangers 4-3 today. And Yu Darvish back to the hill will face Franklin, Seager, and Morales here in the 6th inning. Nick Franklin, 0 for 2, is lined to left field and struck out against Darvish. And that big breaking ball and bends in over the outside corner.
A lot of strikes for you today. 44 out of 63 pitches have been strikes.
Fastball is just a bit low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Ron Washington asked about Darvish throwing a complete game, and Darvish has not had one in his major league career as of yet. And Ron said, well, it'll happen when it happens, but I'm not going to put that on the list of priorities for Yu Darvish. Said if he gets to the 9th inning and he has a reasonable pitch count, he'll get the opportunity. Pitch fouled out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. Complete game has become kind of a, I guess, an anachronism. It's just not important to guys anymore. And understandably, you know, with the pitch count becoming such a much ballyhooed part of pitching, complete game was the casualty of that kind of thinking. 1-2 pitch outside, which never really. I really never understood that, why guys had gotten away from feeling like, as a starter, I'd like to complete every game I start.
Yeah, it probably starts when they get into professional baseball. It's the way they're trained in the minor leagues. You know, they never throw one in the minor leagues, and it's pretty much give me your 5, 6, or 7 innings, and that's in your 100 pitches, and that's enough.
3-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball outside, ball 4. And Franklin draws a walk. That is the first walk issued by Darvish this afternoon. And that not a particularly good walk for Yu Darvish. Franklin with pretty good speed on there, and a guy that's hitting 235 to walk him to start an inning in a tie ball game, not a good idea. Now you've got the middle of the order, the guys that can do some damage, and Seager, Morales, and Smoke. Seager has popped out to second and flied to center. Kyle 0 for 2 today, hitting at 284. First pitch gets away, and down to second base will go Franklin. That ball squirting away from A.J. Przinsky. And that allows Franklin to get himself into scoring position with nobody out. And that's got to be a pass ball.
Yeah, just hit off the side of his glove.
Seager, a fly ball well hit to right field. It is playable. Rios near the warning track, or on the warning track, near the wall, makes the catch. Tagging at second, moving over to third is Nick Franklin. Seager almost hit it out, but got the job done as he moves Franklin to third base with 1 out for Kendrys Morales.
And hopefully that pass ball won't come into play, and he can get Morales, keep the ball in the infield, maybe strike him out again, pop him up. That didn't miss by much. No wind today, so wind doesn't affect it one way or the other.
That was the scoring on that was a wild pitch, unbelievably.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So 1 out, Morales at the plate, and the Rangers now pull the infield all the way in. Franklin with pretty good speed at third base. Morales 0 for 2, a fly ball and a strikeout, and he takes strike 1. And Yu Darvish dialing it up to 96 here. See the efficiency for Kendrys Morales in these situations. 73% of the time he has gotten that runner home from third. Low and outside, the count is 1-1. Morales, the team leader, with 65 RBI. Darvish has the signing once and sets a check of Franklin. The 1-1 pitch. Out of play down the left side as Morales just shortened his swing up. And Darvish now with the count in his favor at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Darvish struck out Morales last time he faced him, and this is a spot where you'd like to have the strikeout, and Darvish has gotten himself to that point. 1-2. Darvish to the plate. And again, Morales shortening up and protecting the plate.
And you go into his best velocity too, 96 miles an hour, one right after the other. Morales last time up struck out on a breaking ball down and in. He might be in a position to have to see that right now.
He certainly has him set up thinking wise for that. We'll see what Darvish and Przinsky come up with. Again, the 1-2 pitch coming. Fastball just missed the outside corner. And this crowd wanted Angel Hernandez to throw that right fist up in the air, and they didn't get it.
Good call. Had some movement on it, which caused it to drift a little bit out of the zone.
So 2-2 now the count to Morales. Darvish with the pitch. Breaking ball, granted right back to him. He checks Franklin and will throw to Moreland at first. Good job by Darvish. Franklin coming down the line, and if Darvish had not checked him back to third, he would have kept on going. But Darvish did exactly the right thing. So 2 outs, Justin Smoke coming up, and let's turn it over to Jim Knox again. Jim.
All right, Buzz, real quick, a great story here at the ballpark this afternoon. This is Jose Garcia Jr. He has served in the United States Air Force for the past 7 years, but a surprise visit today to see his wife Angel and also his daughter Mara. Take us what happened. Take us what happened a few innings ago, Angel.
We got to do the benchy ride around, and she just thought we were going to be riding with Captain.
Right?
Yeah, and we got in the car and. It came around and we got to home plate and it stopped there, and Joey came running out of the dugout and surprised her. Her face was just stunned. Tears started to form. He got in the cab with us, and then we went around, and just hearing her say, "I missed you, Daddy. I missed you, Daddy." She had no idea.
There we go. Well, Mara, what was going through your mind when you saw Daddy?
I was crying like.
There we go. Well, congratulations. Good to have you back. And big-time Ranger fan. He gets to see the Rangers here in person. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Buzz?
That's a great story. Appreciate it, Jim. We were watching that. Had a close-up of her face, and boy, she is stunned. It might be an understatement. That's great. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Justin Smoke. Nick Franklin, the runner at third. And a breaking ball drops in the back door. It is 2-1. Smoke twice this afternoon has grounded out to Ian Kinsler, Rangers second baseman. And Darvish trying to work around a leadoff walk, a wild pitch. And a runner at third with only 1 out. Another breaking ball that hangs outside. And it's 3-1 now to Smoke. Smoke, the number 5 hitter, to be followed by the center fielder, Michael Saunders. Darvish okays the sign. The right-hander is set. And ball 4. Didn't look like Darvish really wanted a whole lot to do with Smoke. Went ahead and put him on with the walk, and 2 on now. Runners at the corners for Saunders, who has singled both times that he has faced Darvish this afternoon.
Yeah, kind of a similar type hitter, really, a left-hand hitter. Some power.
A.J. Przinsky taking a look in the dugout to see what Ron Washington and company would like to do in the event of an attempted double steal.
Saunders and Smoke have had about the same amount of strikeouts, same amount of walks. Smoke's hitting a little higher for an average.
Well, Saunders with the 2 hits today, now up to 229 with the average. He is twice single to right field. A little late on that fastball. It's 0-1. And Saunders came into the game just 1 for 10 against Darvish, but has gotten those 2 hits in his first 2 at bats, so 3 for 12 now against the Ranger right-hander. A ball and a strike. This is the first inning that the Mariners have really made Darvish work. He's up to 21 pitches. Well, he's ahead of the count now. A ball and 2 strikes to Michael Saunders. And again, this crowd starting to get the U's going. A lot of applause, a lot of U's, and see if they get the desired result from Darvish. Right-hander's ready to work. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Saunders able to lay off it. 2-2 now.
Good job of laying off that strikeout pitch.
Darvish okays the sign, a check of the runner. The 2-2. Out of play to the left.
He just barely swung at that. He thought it was going to be high for a split second. Saw it curve into the strike zone and was just able to kind of flick his bat right at the end and foul that pitch off.
Saunders has seen the full gamut from about 72 or 73 up to 96 in this at bat. See what Darvish and Pierzynski come up with here. Another 2-2 pitch in the offing. Tapper foul down the first base side. The harder of the 2 breaking balls at about 83 or 84 miles an hour. But Darvish trying to work out of this jam. It all began with a leadoff walk to Nick Franklin. 2 outs later, a walk to Smoke put runners at the corners. And Michael Saunders has seen those pitches in those locations. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Darvish to the plate. Base hit to right field. Franklin will score. Smoke around second. He is going to third. Going for second is Saunders. He is in with a slide. And Michael Saunders, a looping double, puts the Mariners on top 2-1. Third straight hit for Saunders off of Yu Darvish this afternoon.
Well, he hit the breaking ball down and away, but he got the bat on it. Just kind of looped it over first. Pretty good job of battling right there by Saunders to get that RBI base hit.
Now Mike Maddox, a quick visit to the mound and give Darvish and Pierzynski a chance to rethink what they're going to do to Dustin Ackley. Ackley, a guy they need to get in to limit the damage here in the 6th inning. Ackley has shown the last couple of games that his bat is coming back to life. He's 1 for 2 today, has runners at second and third. And the breaking ball is low and outside for ball 1.
A long inning as far as pitch count goes for Darvish, trying to pitch out of this jam. He started it with a bases empty walk to lead off the inning by Franklin. Walked another batter.
Out of play, and that was the 28th pitch of this inning. Darvish sets. The 1-1 pitch is coming. That's going to be a tough one as Gentry charges and makes the catch belt high. Boy, that ball stayed up. Thought that was sinking, but Gentry, a good jump, and that'll do it. The Mariners, however, take the lead again. A run on a hit and 2 left. To 5.5, 2-1, Seattle. Brought to you by Sonic. Today's jackpot is worth $700 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Today, the Rangers are hitting for Martha Sue Stroud from Greenville. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Martha Sue Stroud from Greenville will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Well, for the second straight inning, the Rangers find themselves back in a hole. It's a 2-1 Seattle lead. Gentry leading things off, and Craig, who is 1 for 2, takes outside for ball 1. Gentry a single to right center field back in the first and grounded back to the mound in the 4th inning. Foul tip, and the count is even at 1-1. Rangers with just 3 hits, but they put 2 of them together in the 5th inning to score their run. Leadoff double by Przinsky. He came around to score on the sacrifice fly from Mitch Moreland. Gentry takes a strike. It is 1-2. Gentry, Andrus, and Kinsler, the first 3 to do the swinging against Erasmo Ramirez. Two balls, 2 strikes. Gentry now 3 out of 7 on this homestand. This is the first start he has made in the first 5 games of this homestand. Breaking ball, checked his swing, and it's a full count now. So Gentry trying to get aboard to start things. Elvis Andrus, the Ranger DH, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Well, you remember the Mariners' 6th started with a leadoff walk to Nick Franklin. Let's see if Gentry can duplicate that. Payoff pitch on the way. Little topper foul down the third base side. We'll come back and try it again. Craig very protective of the strike zone and should be at 3-2. Gentry, a .252 hitter, and he steps back into the batter's box. Again, the payoff pitch. And another nubber foul down the third base line. Gentry checking his bat to make sure that That ball didn't create the need for a new one. Ramirez, a long look in, the right-hander. With a 3-2. Ground ball to Seager at third. He bobbles, recovers, throws, not in time. Gentry able to leg it out.
He bobbled it against the wrong guy. Just about every other batter on the Ranger team, he might have nipped him, but not Gentry. You're one guy that you can't bobble the ball against, and that maybe is in the back of his mind. I've got to get it there quickly with Gentry running. But whatever the reason, Craig was able to beat it out.
That's going to be an error on Kyle Seager, the first error committed by either team today. And the Rangers getting that leadoff man aboard. Now Elvis up there. There goes the Gentry from first. The throw is high into center field. He's up. He's going to third. Saunders gets the ball back in, but Gentry with a stolen base and an error on the throw from Quintero. And the Rangers have the tying run 90 feet away with nobody out.
Well, rather than the sacrifice bunt, Walsh went with a hit and run. Fortunately, the throw was high and into center field, and now you've got a man on third base. Nobody out. Great chance to tie the game. Seattle's going to play the infield in, which should work to Elvis's advantage. Nice turn of events. Tough pitch to make any contact with. A little bit of a tough pitch to throw on as well. Craig picked it up and went to third.
The 0-1 the count to Andrews. Infield all the way in now. And that shot foul down the first base side. It's 0-2. Our Ford leaderboard today, we'll give you a look at the leaders of the stolen bases team-wise. The Royals leading the American League with 104. Rangers getting up there toward the top, 93. They trailed Boston by a couple of stolen bases. Let's see if they can turn a stolen base and an error into a tying run here. 0-2 the count to Elvis. And Elvis protecting the plate. Quintero now going to go out to the mound and talk to Erasmo Ramirez. Elvis 0 for 2 today. You saw that ground ball that he hit in the first inning turned into a double play. Last time up, fly to center field. Ramirez with Gentry at third and nobody out, working from a stretch. Long look in for the sign. The right-hander is set to go. Got him swinging. Off-speed pitch, and Elvis way out in front of it. A big strikeout for Ramirez. One gone for Ian Kinsler.
Good job right there by Ramirez. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for a strikeout. He gets him to change the changeup, chase the changeup way outside and way low. A little over anxious to drive in that run, and now you got the same opportunity for Ian. You got the infield in. Easy to get a ground ball through the infield, but what you're trying to do here is hit the ball to the center of the field and get it in the air.
Kinsler 0 for 1 today, a strikeout and a walk. Infield remaining in near the cut of the grass. And the first pitch is a fastball right down the middle. It is 0-1. Kinsler with 51 RBI. He's got number 52 out there, just 90 feet from home plate. That is his scoring position. Ian falling on a little bit of a hard time lately. Chopper toward third. Seager cuts it off and will fire to first to get Kinsler. Staying at third is Gentry. There are now 2 outs, and it's going to take a 2-out hit by Adrian Beltre if the Rangers are going to score.
This is kind of a gift run. An error, a stolen base, and another error got him to third base in the first place. Just love to take advantage of the opportunity that's been given to you right here to pick up that tying run.
Well, the skipper not too thrilled with what has happened the last 2 at bats. Now here's Beltre. Little looper out into right field. Chavez got a late break. It's going to fall for a hit. In to score is Gentry. Beltre back to first and not in time. But boy, it sure looked like he was out from up here. Smoke, it looked like, made the tag, but it was the second base umpire, Doug Eddings, that was making the call from near second base. And he ruled that Beltre had gotten back under the tag. But in any event, the tying run scores. It's a 2-2 game.
Well, it took a little blooper to get that run in, but you'll take it any way you can get it. No outs, they couldn't get it in. 1 out, they couldn't get it in. Then with 2 outs, Adrian just hits the ball right off the end of the bat and bloops it into right field. Chavez is playing pretty deep out in right field. He had no chance to get to it. Fires behind. And close play at first. Adrian is called safe. I don't think he ever tagged him. Crawled back safely.
Brzezinski, high pop fly to shallow left field. On comes Ackley, makes the catch. That is it for the Rangers, but they come back to tie the game. They get a run unearned on 1 hit. There were 2 errors and 1 man left. We go to the 7th, 2-2. Four innings, and the teams have traded single runs each of the last 2 innings. 2-2 the score. Michael Saunders 3 for 3 today with an RBI double and a run scored. And Adrian Beltre, who had a single to drive in the last run. Mitch Moreland sacrifice fly to drive in the first Ranger run. So 2-2 as we go to the 7th inning. It'll be Andy Chavez to start things off against Yu Darvish. Andy Chavez, Quintero, and Brad Miller. Andy Chavez, an RBI on a ground ball to first base in the 5th inning. And Darvish missing way upstairs for ball 1.
Darvish struggled with his command in the 6th inning through a lot of pitches. And to get it back here in the 7th inning, 92 pitches on the game. Had a pretty good pitch count entering the 6th inning.
He misses low and inside. It's 2-0. It was that leadoff walk to Nick Franklin in the 6th inning that set the stage for some problems. That pitch is in the dirt. It's 3-0.
Yeah, he looks like he's getting tired.
He hadn't come close.
The last 2 innings, he's had to really work hard. He's been in jams. They've scored. He's had to work out of jams to keep it only 1-run inning each time. He may have left a little bit out on the mound in the 5th and 6th innings. It didn't come close right there.
4-pitch walk. And that puts Chavez aboard with the go-ahead run with nobody out. And Humberto Quintero will come up. Andy Hawkins, the bullpen coach, either answering the phone or making a call. Well, here's Quintero, who has an infield single and a strikeout. Darvish a check of first. And the breaking ball is bunted through. It is 0-1.
He fooled him on the bunt. Trying to argue he didn't bunt.
Well, he's got a point. He didn't make a real good bunt. Darvish sets again. 0-1 the count. A lob over to drive Andy Chavez back. Two runs on 5 hits and 2 errors for the Mariners. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Rangers. Again, around a bunt, and that ball is bunted foul back to the screen. It is 0-2.
The angle of bat never got to the point where the ball could go fair. Pointing toward the Ranger dugout.
Yeah,
you got to get the head of the bat at least even with the plate.
For you young players out there, do not look at that and try to bunt that way. It's not going to get it done. 0-2 pitch to right field, a base hit.
Boy, there's the ultimate take 2 and hit to right. He couldn't bunt 2 curveballs. He throws him a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and he hits a high fastball into right field for a base hit. That's a pretty amazing at bat for Quintero right there.
So a walk and a single, and Darvish back in hot water.
He just trying to make some contact, pitch up and out of the strike zone, and he did on a line to right field. Wow. I wouldn't have predicted that.
A 2 on, nobody out. Now some action beginning as Robbie Ross, left-hander, starting to loosen in the Ranger bullpen. Brad Miller will be the hitter, and Miller 0 for 3 today. Is struck out, grounded out, and lined out. Rangers set up the defense for the bunt. Beltre coming down the line, playing in a side saddle at third. Moreland sneaking in from first. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees. Miller checking down at third with Darren Brown, the third base coach. See what Robbie Thompson, the manager, might have in mind. 0-1 the count. It's flailing away with people on the left side in motion. Beltre was about 60 feet from home plate, and Profar all the way over by third when that pitch was made.
And they put the wheel play on, and if he bunts it to third base, he bunts into an out. So he went ahead and swung, but now he's got himself in an 0-2 hole. Same 0-2 hole that Quintero was in.
Yep.
See, the pitch count's a little bit higher here. 29 pitches in the 6th inning.
And that will have a carryover effect late in the game. You throw 29 pitches in the 1st inning, it's not quite as bad, but you do it in the 6th inning, and on a warm afternoon, it's going to take a lot more out of you. Pierzynski out to have a chat with you, Darvish, discussing a very important 0-2 pitch. This is the pitch where you want to make sure you don't get hurt. You make your quality pitch, and AJ wanted to make sure they were on the same page. Chavez, the runner, at second. Quintero at first. 0-2, the count to Brad Miller. Tried the back door and found it locked. A ball and 2 strikes now. Darvish again ready. A check of Chavez at second. 2-2. When I'm with you, Tom, that's a lot of laboring going on right now from you, Darvish.
Yeah.
He's really having to force it to get out of it what he thinks he should.
Breaking ball is not quite as sharp as it was earlier, and command of his fastball is not quite the same.
Could be 2. Profar, Kinsler on the Moreland. 6-4-3. There you go.
All it takes is one pitch, though, and it can turn the whole inning around, and there it was.
Miller bounces into a 6-4-3 double play. Second double play in this game. First for the Rangers. And a very big 2 outs with Nick Franklin coming up.
Needless to say, this is the guy you want to get. Kyle Seager is the next hitter.
And with Ross getting ready, maybe that if Darvish doesn't get Franklin, he will not face Seager in this inning. Drops in a breaking ball. It's 0-1.
Well, he's had to battle the last 3 innings, and if he can get this out here, he will have done a great job of battling out of the 7th inning without giving up a run.
Franklin walked to lead off the 6th inning. Came around to score. 0 for 2 other than that.
Good fastball.
Rip and a miss at 96. So
he says there's your command for your fastball right there,
yep.
At 96 miles an hour.
All of a sudden it came back together. That double play had a cathartic effect on Yu Darvish.
He probably senses it's his last inning, so he's going to, whatever he's got left in the tank, he's airing it out here to Nick Franklin.
0-2.
Try.
Now 1-2. Darvish trying to reach down and pull out some extra energy here for this one more out in the 7th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Now 2-2. Other than the walk for Franklin, he is lined to left field and struck out against Darvish today. Long look into Przinsky. Darvish nods in agreement. The 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Breaking ball fouled into the glove of A.J. Przinsky. And a huge strikeout. Good job by Yu Darvish working around a single and a walk to start the inning. Double play help. 2-2 the score. And now let's go to Chuck Morgan as he introduces God Bless America.
Rise as we pause to honor the men and women of our armed services, both at home and around the world. Today we invite you to join in singing God Bless America with Senior Airman Katie Stedman.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam.
Well, 2-2 ball game as the Rangers come to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Alex Rios starting things off. It'll be Rios, Moreland, and Profar to face Erasmo Ramirez, who misses outside. It is 2-0 now to Rios. Rios, a couple of ground outs. Takes the breaking ball that finds the inside corner. Two-one pitch. Pop foul. That will be back into the seats behind the screen. And the count is even at 2-2. Ramirez has given up a run in each of the last 2 innings, although the run in the 6th inning that he gave up was of the unearned variety. Ground ball to short. 2 big hops into the glove of Brad Miller. And Rios is out. 1 gone for Mitch Moreland. Well, our AT Twitter poll results have been tabulated, and 75% of you said that you felt Yu Darvish would be accomplishing 17 strikeouts before his first no-hitter. 75% of you felt that he would break the strikeout record. That record, by the way, held by Nolan Ryan. 16 is the club record, and 3/4 of you felt that that would be the first one that Yu Darvish puts under his belt. More than a rip and a miss. It is 0-1.
Boy, for a guy that came into the game with a 7.06 ERA, you have to be pretty impressed with Erasmo Ramirez and the job that he's done today.
He must have been pitching in a higher league. That's all I
He scored 15 runs last night. They've only got 4 runs off him today. I mean, 4 hits off him today. Only hit a handful of balls hard the whole day.
Well, he's shown a couple of different fastballs. That last one looked like a cutter that really came in on Mitch Moreland. He's got a very good changeup. A couple of different breaking balls. They head to Moreland. No balls, 2 strikes. Mitch, a sacrifice fly his last time up. Hits this one well to right center field, but it's not quite carrying enough. Andy Chavez back and makes the catch in front of the warning track. That is out number 2. So before Jurickson Profar comes up, let's take time for a Mazda game break. Here's Rick Renner. All right, Rick, thank you. The Profar coming to the plate. Bases empty and 2 away here in the 7th inning. Jurickson 1 for 2. Single to center field his last time up there, and he takes outside. Changeup floated away. Action in the bullpen. Yoervis Medina, who we saw here on Friday night, loosening in the Seattle pen. 2 balls, no strikes to Profar. Jurickson with that average now trending upward at 244 at the moment. Right to the second baseman Franklin. He goes down to a knee and throws out Profar. And the Rangers are retired in order by Erasmo Ramirez. We have finished 7 in Arlington. The Rangers 2, the Mariners 2 on Fox Sports Southwest.
Sports Fan Express rolling in for the great town of Tyler, Texas. Yes, the good folks from East Texas on board, packed house, and they're out here today cheering the Rangers on. And this is also the place where we find the progressive fan of the game buzzing, Tom, because on the bus was Johnny the Legend. That's what they call him in Tyler, Texas. Not Johnny Mazzell, but Johnny the Legend right here, because you know everything about the Texas Rangers. What do you think about this year's team, Johnny?
We got the best team we ever put on the field. They score small, they do small balls, and they hit and they run, and we got the best team we gonna ever had. You.
There we go. Here's the bag. There you go, Johnny. Congratulations. You want to give me that "you" chant one more time?
You.
Congratulations. Good having the folks from Tyler, Texas, in the house today. Where to go, Johnny? Buzz.
All right, Jim. Well, you is definitely back to the mound, and he deals ball 2 upstairs to Kyle Seager, starting off the 8th inning. Seager 0 for 3 this afternoon. He has flied out twice and popped out.
At the beginning of the 7th inning, it looked like he might be getting tired. He finished strong, and I'm sure it told Ron Washington he was great to go back out there for the 8th inning.
Yeah, he's fallen behind here 3-0, and you got action in the bullpen as Robbie Ross was up last inning, and he is ready. I would think one base runner away from being in the ballgame. And ball 4, we will find out as Seager takes the leadoff walk. Well, that's 3 consecutive innings now that Darvish has walked the leadoff man. In 6th inning, he came around to score. Last inning, he did a tightrope walk to get out of the inning with no damage done. Helped with a double play. And we'll see how the 8th inning transpires. Kendrys Morales 0 for 3 against Darvish. Seager the lead from first. Darvish first pitch. And he pours a fastball right through there. Darvish snapping at the ball coming back from Brzezinski. He's not happy about that leadoff walk. Morales, a .287 hitter. Switch hitter up there from the left side. And he has grounded into a number of double plays this year. That's what the Rangers would like to have from him here. This year that 11 double plays. It was more than that. That's what it is.
17 this year.
17 this year. Yeah. I was looking at the wrong category. To center field. Gentry coming on. He dives, and he did not make the catch. Third base umpire Dana DeMuth, clear over in the left field line, had the best angle at it, and he immediately signaled no catch. As Gentry got a little bit of a late break coming in, but tried to make a shoestring catch on the sinking drive by Morales. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, he's playing deep in left center field, and he should definitely short hop that ball.
Over the second straight inning now, the Mariners have had their first 2 men aboard. They've had first and second each of the last 2 innings. Same set of circumstances, a leadoff walk followed by a single. Last inning, Brad Miller, the third hitter of the inning, grounded into a double play. Now Justin Smoke up there, who is 0 for 2, having walked his last time to the plate. Ball 1 is low. Smoke at .271 after the 0 for 2. Kyle Seager, the runner at second. Kendrys Morales at first. Rip and a miss on the off-speed pitch. Now the AT&T U-verse rewind from last inning. This is how Darvish got out of that. There's a double play ground ball off Miller's bat. And then with Franklin up there, he got him swinging to end the inning. So that was some pretty fancy footwork by Darvish. He's going to have to put it to the test again here. Same situation with nobody out, first and second. And the pitch way inside the Smoke. It's 2 balls and a strike. Now the right-hander Tanner Sheppers has gotten up to join Robbie Ross. Ross is completely loose, and he is standing by. Sheppers getting up to compliment him from the right side. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Justin Smoke 9 double plays this season. Michael Saunders, the 3-for-3 hitter this afternoon, is waiting in that on-deck circle. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging in the dirt, and Krzyzewski able to keep it close to home plate. A big strikeout, and Ron Washington on his way to the mound.
He got to 120 pitches now, and I think Wash said that's my limit. I'm going to the bullpen.
So the skipper on his way and looking at the bullpen the entire way. He has made the move. That's going to do it for Yu Darvish. So it'll be the left-hander Robbie Ross coming on to face Michael Saunders or a pinch hitter if the Mariners so choose. First and second, one out, a 2-2 game here in the 8th inning. Back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Onright and Dan O'Toole anchor Fox Sports Live. Joined by Donovan McNabb, Gary Payton, Andy Roddick, and Carissa Thompson. They'll bring you everything you need to know about the world of sports. Fox Sports Live airs nightly on Fox Sports 1. A 2-2 game, Robbie Ross now inherits runners at first and second with one out. He is charged with the task of getting Michael Saunders, the left-handed hitter. Yu Darvish had not been able to do that in 3 attempts this afternoon. Saunders 3 for 3. And the breaking ball from Robbie Ross nibbles at the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, Saunders had a great day against Yu Darvish. Singled and scored a run, doubled in a run, had another single, 3 for 3.
Ross misses away with the breaking ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Robbie's numbers looking very good on the season, trying to finish this season strong. Good pitch.
Rip and a miss. It is 1-2. Good location from Robbie Ross there. Robbie last worked 5 days ago against Milwaukee. That was the first game of that 2-game series. Had an uneventful 1-2-3 inning. 1-2. Now that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yu Darvish, the line so far: 7 hits in 7 1/3 innings, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. And Saunders gets a piece of that to stay alive at 2-2.
Yeah, the first 4 innings, he pretty much cruised through 4 innings, and then after that, he really had to battle. A lot of base runners, a lot of big pitches, but he made most of them. Now he's going to count on Robbie to get him out of the jam here in the 8th inning.
Ross, after a long look, sets. Off the end of the bat out toward left center. It's hanging up. Oh, Craig Gentry, he makes the catch, and everybody stays put. That is out number 2 with Dustin Ackley coming up.
Outfielder Dustin Ackley.
So Ross gets 1 big out. 2 gone now. Ackley coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3 today. And AJ Przinsky getting a little sweat and dirt on those glasses and called for a towel. Said, "Hey, I can't see anything."
I'll hang in there. I'll get you between innings.
Yeah, it's all right.
You don't need to see.
You close your eyes most of the time anyway, right? Most catchers do. Ackley, an infield single in the 5th inning. That's sandwiched in between a strikeout and a fly ball to center. Base hit to center field. Gentry charging. He's got to throw to the plate. It's not very good. And now they've got a rundown going as Kendra Morales is caught. Profar is going to run him back and make the tag, but coming in to score the go-ahead run, Kyle Seager. And the Mariners get a run on 2 hits, and they strand 1. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. It's now Seattle 3 and Texas 2. We'll get a Texas camo cap. That's courtesy of Smile Generation. This is one of the last chances to get a giveaway for the 2013 season. So get your tickets for the August 20th game today at TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972-RANGERS. Well, the back and forth part of this ball game is now swung into the favor of the Seattle Mariners as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yoervis Medina, our throwing right-hander, is on now to try and protect a 3-2 Seattle lead.
Medina has done a good job. He's only given up 36 hits in 50 innings, a 196 average. Not many home runs. He's only given up 3. More than a strikeout per inning. One thing he's done is he's walked a few too many, 29 in 50 innings. We saw on the pitch that he threw to Ian Kinsler the other night. He's got great movement on his sinker. Really tails away from a lefty and into a righty. So he's been tough this year. Really good setup man for Seattle.
And David Murphy will be the first hitter he faces. Murphy 0 for 2 with a fly ball and a ground out. And that first pitch is high and away for ball 1. Murph currently hitting at .224. And ball 2 is outside. Right-hander sets. And Murphy pops it up behind home plate. Quintero coming back to take a look, but that's well back out of play. And the count moves to 2-1. Medina came on the other night and faced Andrews Kinsler and Adrian Beltre. Here he's going to have David Murphy to be followed by the top of the order. And he misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. So Murphy trying to get aboard in this one-run game to start off the 8th inning. He'll be followed by Craig Gentry. Medina back to the plate. Hammered foul. Well, Murph had a pitch and he turned on it. Turned on it a little bit too quickly. Mariners 3 runs on 8 hits. They've committed 2 errors. The Rangers 2 runs on 4 hits. They have played errorless ball. Medina comes set. And the payoff pitch. We'll try it again. That ball getting a bite taken right out of it by the cupped end of Murphy's bat. So it hit right on the seam and just ripped that ball open. Just don't get the good leather anymore. Look at that. Another 3-2. And a chopper behind the bag. It is a foul ball.
Oh, just barely.
Paul Nart, the first base umpire, kind of moving around and getting down a little bit, seeing if he could make the call, and he did. He found an angle that he could use. Well, the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up to David Murphy. Medina ready to go. And Murphy pops it up. Quintero back at the screen, and that ball back in the second row. And David kind of living on the edge right there.
Looked like off the bat it was going to stay in fair territory. But hanging tough, waiting for a good pitch to drive right here. Trying to get the leadoff man on. Every time Seattle has scored in the top of an inning, the Rangers have come right back in the 5th and the 6th. Now trying to do it here in the 8th against a pretty solid setup man, Yoervis Medina.
Medina bent over slightly, taking that sign, and now the right-hander's ready to go. Another foul ball. Medina, a 25-year-old out of Venezuela. About ready to make his 10th pitch of the at-bat to David Murphy. He sets. And the 3-2. Murphy spoiling another one. I don't know how in the world he made contact on that.
That would have been ball 4. David's in a protect the plate swing mode right here.
He did it again. Cut that ball, cut the skin of that ball right with the cupped end of the bat.
Right off the cup, right off the end of the bat. Just barely touched that ball.
Angel Hernandez went over there and tossed that one out of play. Again, the way the ball was hit right there on the seam and the slicing action, it just made that unusable. Pulled ground ball. Franklin charging at second. And Murphy, after an 11-pitch at bat, is out number 1 here in the 8th inning. We'll see if that long at bat pays dividends now for the hitters that follow. Greg Gentry 1 for 3. He has scored a run this afternoon. Reached on an error his last time up. Swiped second, went to third on a throwing error. And then came home on Adrian Beltre's two out bloop double. Bloop single. Take it back. Now Craig hitting at an even 250 as he faces Medina. The breaking ball is a bit low. It's 1-0. Medina sets. And misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Medina took over for Erasmo Ramirez, who worked the first 7 innings, allowed 2 runs, only 1 of them earned on 4 hits, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Pulled foul outside third, right by Gary Pettis. 2-1 now. Gentry waiting. Way inside, almost got it. 3 balls and a strike.
That's that movement, that the one that struck out Ian Kinsler the other night. It just keeps on coming and coming toward the right-hand hitter. Almost hit his uniform.
3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. And Gentry, carrying the tying run, is aboard with 1 out.
I mentioned that he's had a little problems commanding the ball occasionally. 29 walks in 50 innings. Probably threw a couple of balls that would have been ball 4 to David. David was battling up there trying to protect the plate and does walk Gentry. He's got a good speed at first base, always a potential base stealer. Elvis, who can handle the bat at the plate, trying to break through right here again, tie a game or more.
Gentry had a stolen base his first time. That was his 14th of the year and 14 out of 17. And he was driven back by a throw from Medina. Elvis 0 for 3 at the plate today. He's grounded into a double play, fly to center, and struck out. Elvis handling the DH chores. Nick Jurich and Fropar at shortstop defensively. First pitch, well, that thing really runs inside to him.
Moves so much, can't keep it in the strike zone.
It's a great problem to have, that kind of movement.
Yeah.
Once you learn how to tame it, then it makes pitching a lot easier. But sometimes finding how to do that is about 90% of the battle. Quintero out to talk to him briefly. Medina, a big guy at 6'3", about 245 pounds. Out of Puerto Cabello in Venezuela. The 1-0 pitch. Hammer to left field. That is headed toward the corner. It is down for a hit. Gentry putting the Jets on. He's around third. He will score as Elvis Andrus ties the ball game with a 1-out double. It is 3-3.
Rangers just keep getting big hits. Huge hit by Elvis after the walk to Gentry. The ball was bobbled in the outfield, but it didn't matter. Gary Pettis was waving Gentry around no matter what. So he flies home with a tying run, and now the Rangers have the go-ahead run out at second base. There's one that didn't move at all. That was straight as a string. Had to throw a strike, and Elvis centered that one. The Rangers come back again, third straight time.
Now Elvis Andrus drives in his 42nd run. Now Ian Kinsler takes the breaking ball that is in for strike 1. Medina able to get Kinsler here on Friday night in that big man on third, less than 2 out situation with a big strikeout. Now he's got Elvis at second with 1 out. Kind of a almost a check swing. Gentry on that double by Elvis, really putting the Jets on going around third. Dustin Adler could have been flawless handling that ball in left field. It wasn't going to make any difference.
I don't think it mattered.
Well, Ian down on the count here, 0-2. Now time called. Kinsler has seen a couple of breaking balls, and he's trying to pick up Elvis with a go-ahead run here in the 8th inning. And Quintero going to go out and have a talk with Medina. Quintero, remember, has only been with the Mariners since the latter stages of July. Only about 3 weeks that he's had a chance to work with the pitching staff. So a lot of exploring on what guys like to throw and what they do in different situations. The catcher needs to not only recognize the basics of how to call games, but what each individual pitcher prefers. Now we're set for the 0-2 pitch. Ian is ready for that fastball inside that time and pulled it foul. But still just one out, 21 pitches into the inning. Adrian Beltre waiting for his shot at Yoervis Medina. A check of Elvis at second. And the breaking ball is wide. Going to third is Elvis. He's out. It was a delayed steal, it looked like. Or Elvis was anticipating the ball in the dirt, more likely.
I think that's what I think he thought the ball was going to kick away from the catcher. He just left too soon before he saw. Oh, you got one out, a couple of good hitters up there with a tying run at second. Go ahead run at second. He thought the catcher missed. I think he thought the catcher missed it.
Yeah, he could have.
Catcher scooped it and threw him out.
Well, it goes down as a caught stealing for Elvis, and now the bases are empty with 2 away. 1-2 the count to Ian Kinsler. Got him swinging. And the Ranger 8th, and it's been an odd day at times for the Rangers. They do get the tying run on a hit and nobody left. We're going to the 9th. Rangers 3, Mariners 3.
As soon as the Rangers get the go-ahead run in this one, we'll have Rangers Live presented by Esurance. Mark McLemore will join me. We'll hear from Ron Washington, and we will, of course, hear from you, not you, but you, Darvish, after this one, after the Rangers get another run and win this one. Back to you guys.
All right, Rick. Now we go to the 9th inning, and Joe Nathan has come out of the Ranger bullpen. He will take over in a 3-3 ball game. Obviously not a save situation, and Ron Washington as most managers do, like to have their closer come in when they're at home in a tie ball game to work the ninth inning.
Well, he's a good man to have in there in the ninth inning with those numbers. Shut him out here, score a run, instead of a save, get a win. Go to 4-1.
Andy Chavez leading things off, and Nathan misses a little bit low with pitch number 1. Leonis Martin has come into the ballgame, taking over in center field, and moving from center over to left is Craig Gentry. Fastball, knee-high strike. It is 1-1.
Each team has scored 1 run in 3 out of the last 4 innings. Rangers have had to come back each time.
Nathan back to the plate. Base hit to right center. Well, the Mariners, for the 4th consecutive inning now, have their leadoff man aboard. Make that their 5th consecutive inning.
Last time he got on to lead off an inning, Quintero bunted twice at curveballs and missed, and then lined a base hit to right field. Chavez, nice job of hitting right there. That breaking ball was down and in, maybe not even a strike.
Now here's Quintero, as you saw, 2 out of 3 today. Pair of singles. And Chavez at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. Beltre down the line at third, expecting a bunt. Quintero obliges, gets the bunt down. It'll be effective as Nathan makes the play, tags Quintero himself into scoring position. Goes Andy Chavez. He's at second with 1 out. And the top of the order now coming up. One unassisted on that put out, and Chavez now out at second. He will peer in as Brad Miller comes up for his 5th at bat of the afternoon. Miller 0 for 4. He has grounded out twice, once into a double play, and that was big in that 7th inning against Yu Darvish. Also lined to center and struck out. Joe Nathan sets a check of Chavez at second. 1 ball, no strikes. Nathan with a 1-0 pitch. Popped up down the left field line. Gentry at the railing, running parallel. The ball comes back to him.
Sure did.
And he makes the catch right near the tarpaulin.
There's no wind up there, but it sure looked like that ball was a couple of rows back. Stayed with it and made the play.
That's a pretty good job by Craig Gentry, who's not played a lot of left field, to get to the railing and then be able to run parallel to the tarp coming in.
Yeah, that was, with that tarp there, that wasn't simple. See him looking, the ball's in the air. Knows right where he is. With the sunglasses on. Very nice play.
Well, that is a very big out number 2. A nice play to get Brad Miller's pop fly. Now Nick Franklin, who is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored.
And as the afternoon gets later, the sun could play a factor in left field.
Nathan's first pitch is a little bit high for ball 1. Last time Nathan worked here at home in a non-save situation, he got back-to-back wins the end of July against the Angels. Those were those 3 straight comeback wins against Los Angeles for the Rangers. Joe falling behind here, though. 2 balls and no strikes to Nick Franklin. Joe studying the signs, has one he wants. The 2-0 pitch. Got him on the fist. Pretty good slider inside to Franklin. It's 2-1. Nathan trying to shut down the Mariners here in the ninth inning. Give the Rangers a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth. He's got the go-ahead run at second base and 2 outs. A 2-1 count to Nick Franklin. And another chopper foul as Nathan continuing to keep that ball in on the fist of Franklin. Now the crowd starting to get into it. They are getting to their feet and an ovation rising for Joe Nathan and the Rangers. 40,832 standing and applauding. Joe Nathan trying to close down the ninth inning. The right-hander sets. The 2-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner.
That ball went straight down. If it comes a little bit toward the plate, he would have caught the corner.
And he couldn't get Franklin to offer it. So 3-2. You want to get Franklin. You don't want to have to deal with Kyle Seager here in the ninth inning. Seager in the on-deck circle as Nathan sets. The payoff pitch on the way. High ball 4. And he's going to have to face Seager with 2 on and 2 out.
Yeah, that was ideally the guy you would want to get right there. Seager hasn't had a big day today, although he did walk and score in the 8th inning. But he is probably the Mariners' best hitter.
Certainly against the Rangers he is.
Yeah.
Not much doubt about that. Mike Maddox out to talk to AJ Pierzynski and Joe Nathan, and Pierzynski giving Mike Maddox a little of his own medicine, putting that right hand up on Mike Maddox's shoulder.
Well, in case Mike needed any encouragement. It's kind of a 3-way thing.
There you go. So Mike back to the dugout and satisfied that his battery has the right formula to deal with Kyle Seager. Chavez, the runner at second. Nick Franklin at first. A 3-3 ball game with 2 outs in the top of the ninth inning. Seager last time up walked and scored. That was in the 8th. And a breaking ball comes in for strike 1. Seager 2 out of 5 in his career against Joe Nathan. Pierzynski going through the series of signs. Nathan agrees with one. The 0-1 pitch. 0-2. That slider working its way down and in. And again, the crowd standing, cheering on the hometown Rangers. Seager back in the box. Nathan reading the sign. Now time called, and Joe Nathan says, let's recycle those. AJ Pierzynski pointing to himself, that's my bad. We'll try something different. Now they're together, Nathan ready to go. The 0-2 pitch. Out of play to the left. Off speed, that pitch kind of hung up and out over the plate. Fortunately, it was away enough that Seager could only flick it foul. Well, we will get ready once again for an 0-2 delivery. And again, the fans on their feet. They start the rhythmic clap. Now Nathan steps off the back of the pitching rubber. 38-year-old veteran right-hander Joe Nathan. Wheeling to Kyle Seager. Again, the 0-2 pitch. Went with a little extra heat upstairs, and it wasn't close enough to get Seeger to offer at it.
It shows Joe still has it in the tank, though, and popped that one up there at 95 miles an hour. This gave Seeger something to think about anyway.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nathan a check of Chavez at second. Fouled away. He went right back up there with a little extra on it also, 94. And Seeger fouled it back. Well, you would think after a couple of high fastballs that Nathan would be in a pretty good spot to throw that slider down and in if he can execute it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chavez the lead from second. Franklin away from first. A 3-3 ball game with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. The pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit to right field and down to the corner. Chavez will score. Franklin around to third is being waved home. The relay throw from Kinsler, and Franklin went back. Darren Brown, the third base coach, was waving him. And as he got past the bag, put the stop sign up, Franklin went back. But the Mariners have taken a 4-3 lead with a 2-out single, or make that a double by Kyle Seeger to drive in the go-ahead run.
It's second or third time that it's been a 2-out hit for Seattle. Took that breaking ball right off the ground practically and lofted it right over first base. So the walk to Franklin is probably the one that hurt. You've got a 230 hitter and a 280 hitter. The walk to 230 hitter.
Joe Nathan intentionally walking Morales and almost threw a pitch on the outside corner. AT Brzezinski had to reach way back to his right to make the catch. Well, the intentional walk, that'll load the bases and bring up Justin Smoak here in the 9th inning. The Mariners have taken a 4-3 lead. Morales, who singled his last time up, 1 for 4 today, will draw the intentional pass. Nathan with the 4th wide one. And ball 4 puts Morales aboard. So the bases are full. A run across, 2 outs. Justin Smoak, 0 for 3 today, steps in. Smoak 2 out of 6 in his career against Joe Nathan. And the Rangers getting some more action going out in the right field bullpen. In case Joe Nathan has more problems here in the 9th inning. Jason Frazier up and loosening.
In the 6th inning, Saunders had a 2-out double to drive in a run. Ackley a 1-out single to drive in a run, and then a 2-out double this inning.
Smoak pounds a ground ball foul outside first. It is 0-1.
In the 6th, the 8th, and the 9th. Rangers were 1 out away from getting out of the inning. The Mariners got 3 2-out RBI hits.
Ron Washington, Jackie Moore keeping an eye on things and saying, goodness, man, shut these guys down in 1 inning. Rip and a miss. It is 0-2 to Smoak. Franklin, Seager, and Morales. 3rd, 2nd, and 1st is Nathan. Towing the pitch and rubber. He's trying to close this inning down without any further damage. The pitch on the way. Got him swinging. Well, the damage has been done to a certain extent. The Mariners regain the lead. A run on 2 hits. They leave 3. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Mariners 4, Rangers 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealer. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. And by AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. The Rangers find themselves now trailing by a run. Again, a familiar position. This is the fourth time that they have been in that situation here today. Joe Nathan giving up the run to put Seattle on top in the top of the ninth. Now Danny Farquhar, the closer of late for the Mariners, on to see if he can close out this Mariner win.
Farquhar's, some of his numbers don't look very good. A 5.03 ERA. He's blown 3 save opportunities. But he's also struck out 60 in 39 innings, so you know he's got great stuff. And the Rangers saw that the other night when he closed out the ball game. He's got excellent stuff. So you got your work cut out for you when you face a guy with this kind of stuff. We'll see how it goes.
Now Adrian Beltre will start things off. It'll be Beltre, Pierzynski, and Rios. The first 3 Rangers to do the swinging against Farquhar. And the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Beltre 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Hitting .326. In the air to right field. That is going to stay in the ballpark as Michael Saunders back there, shy of the warning track, hauls it in. That is out number 1. And Beltre, a reasonably long out, but an out nonetheless. And that'll bring up A.J. Pierzynski. A.J. 1 for 3. Had a leadoff double that turned into a run in the Ranger 5th. And the breaking ball from Danny Farquhar stays outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Farquhar, a 25-year-old. He's a Floridian. Came over from the Yankees on a trade. Pitch fouled hard down the first base side. 1-1. AT&T UVerse TV reminding you that we'll be right back here tomorrow night as the Astros come into town. Start a 3-game series, 7 o'clock. It'll be Matt Garza on the hill for the Rangers in the opener of that 3-game series. Garza will be opposed by Jordan Lyles. Here's Matt. Pierzynski into left center field. Ibanez coming on. Ball hangs up for him, and Raul Ibanez able to make the grab. And the Rangers now down to their final out, trailing 4-3 as Alex Rios will try to keep the Rangers alive. Now looking at the scoreboard, now Cleveland has come back to tie the Oakland A's. They're playing in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 3-3 game out in Oakland. First pitch to Rios. That is a strike. 0-1. Alex, 3 groundouts today. All 3 at bats coming against the starter, Erasmo Ramirez. 0-1 pitch. 1-1. Farquhar coming over from the Yankees as part of the deal that sent Ichiro Suzuki to New York. To right field. And that's going to stay in the ballpark. Michael Saunders there to make the grab. And that will do it for the 2nd straight series against the Rangers in Rangers ballpark. The Seattle Mariners take 2 out of 3 as they win this afternoon by a final of 4-3. Joe Nathan, the loss in relief as the Rangers can't get to 20 games over 500. Instead, they drop back to 18 over 500. And for right now, their lead in the AL West is down to 1 game, and pending the outcome of the Oakland-Cleveland ball game. So the Rangers falling to the Mariners here this afternoon, 4-3 the final. Rick Renner and Mark McLemore will be back to wrap things up for you right after this on Fox Sports Southwest.